then all of a sudden you can go in and understand the odds that you're working with, because a lot of people like live this dream and idea that it's very easy to get super rich gambling, and it's pretty much the hardest thing you can ever get rich from is gambling. But at least if you're informed with this information, you're more prepared. And on top of that, incredible social activity.
All right, guys, finally made it happen. Got Togi here today. Let's go.
Thank you for having me. I'm super stoked to be here.
Yeah, you're not down 250K like last time.
No, we're down 150K, but the biggest problem was I was hungover. I shit last time, and now I feel I didn't drink yesterday specifically, so I'd be ready for this podcast.
Do you pound while you gamble usually?
You can't dude. If you're gambling sober, it's A, not fun, and B, you can't make the right decisions because it takes as I gamble a lot, and it takes a ton of balls to be like, fuck, I just lost that 10,000 hand. Now I need to do 20. No matter how much you have gambled, it gets very stressful. So if I'm not 8 beers deep, I don't start gambling. Like usually, ideally, there's a method I call the blackout method, very popular amongst my friends. And it's been a very consistent experience that I completely black out, like no recollection of what happened. And I wake up with like hundreds of thousands. The worst it's ever been is I blacked out, lost $1.5 million, but then I blacked out again the next night in an effort of making it back, and I made $2 million. So it's like every time, it has literally never, ever failed me. And so last 2 nights ago, didn't black out, lost 150. Tonight, I'm going to black out super hard. And then you just wake up and you don't have to worry about anything. You just wake up and there's money there every single time. It's literally never failed me. I film it every time, which is why it's exciting, because it's like for science, right?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like I sound like fucking Mickey Mace if I just tell people, yeah, all of a sudden I got this money. But if you film it all, then everyone can watch, and then we watch the footage back and you're like, okay, so we blacked out and this is how we did it. And
so you're just on autopilot.
Exactly.
You don't even know what you're doing. You're just like,
well, it's like, do you let the
memory.
liquor talk? It's just, you don't have to think about it. It's muscle memory at that point.
Do you have a strategy like Martingale, or are you just going with the flow?
Yeah, people say like, oh, how do you win gambling? What's your strategy? There's no real strategy. Like, you're not going to beat baccarat. You're not going to beat blackjack. So the general idea, which is statistically not the best, well, statistically it's consistent. There's no strategy that's going to make you higher than the 49%, right? Like you can get up to 49%, no matter what, you're not beating that. But as far as like the long-term gambling, when you martingale, you either end in 90% of the time with martingale, you win money. And then 10% of the time, you're devastated beyond your wildest imagination. Like it's like literal financial devastation. So thus far, it's been good. I typically like martingale, but not exact double, like a slow increase. Maybe every loss you up the bet by like 2 to 6%. So that's been, I've never lost using that strategy. But I do know that I should reel it in, because one day it will end in your bank account being negative, because that's the nature of it. You know, eventually you're gonna have to fire bigger than you're willing or able to afford, and then you will lose.
Yeah,
but we've not gotten there yet.
You need crazy bankroll like Dana White money to do the martingale.
Yeah, and that's good. Why being so involved with the casinos, like I'm sponsored by Roobet, and then I get a marker from Red Rock. My line of credit is unlimited.
Really? At Red Rock?
No. Red Rock, I only get 100,000.
Okay.
But Roobet is unlimited. So It's like, just keep gambling more until you win.
That's insane. So Roobet's got crazy money then. They're just giving you unlimited.
Yeah, but they know, bro. Roobet is smart. They got a good business model, because you'll notice they only sponsor very high stakes addicts. So it's like they pay me X amount to gamble, and they pay all their sponsors X amount to gamble, but they know that I'm going to be firing like crazy, and the expected loss on that, whatever, 4%. If I gamble through on average 20 million a month, it's your expected loss is 800,000 on that. So that's how they like run their numbers. I would imagine they don't say that. I guess Roobet, don't get mad at me, but it's obvious how Roobet runs that shit. Like it's smart. It's the best business model ever.
Is that the one Trainwreck's on, just betting crazy money?
No, so it's on stake. Trainwreck's, I actually don't know how much. He's pretty open about shit, but he was talking to Roobet, and they're like, "Oh, what kind of deal are you looking for?" He wanted to do 300 hours a month of gambling. Which, imagine you gamble 10 hours a fucking day, and then with that, when you gamble 300 hours a month on your biggest train wrecks, like realistically, you're asking for like 30 to 50 million a month. So Roobet was just like, kind of like, that's not going to happen. 300 hours is, I do 30 hours, and
The Tri-Light from Therasage is no joke. Medical grade red and near infrared light with 3 frequencies per light, deep healing, real results, and totally portable. It's legit. Photo biomodulation tech in a flexible on-body panel. This is the Tri-Light from Therasage and its next level red light therapy. It's got 118 high-powered polychromatic lights, each delivering 3 healing frequencies, red and near infrared from 580 to 980 nanometers. Optimal penetration, enhanced energy, skin rejuvenation, pain relief, better performance, quicker recovery, and so much more. Therasage has been leading the game for over 25 years, and this panel is FDA listed and USB powered. Ultra soft and flexible and ultra portable. On-body red light therapy I use daily, and I take it everywhere I travel. This is the Thera O3 ozone module from Therasage. It's a portable ozone and negative ion therapy in one. It boosts oxygen, clears and sanitizes the air, and even helps your mood. It's a total game changer at home or on the go. This little device is the Thera O3 ozone module by Therasage, and it's one of my favorite wellness tools. In the sauna, it boosts ozone absorption through your skin up to 10 times, oxygenating your blood and supporting deep detox. Outside the sauna, it purifies the air, killing germs, bacteria, viruses, and mold, and it improves mood and sleep with negative ion therapy. It's compact, rechargeable, and perfect for travel, planes, offices, hotel rooms, you name it. It's like carrying clean energy wherever you go. This is the Thera H2 Go from Therasage, the only bottle with molecular hydrogen structured water and red light in one. It hydrates, energizes, and detoxes water upgraded. The Thera H2 Go from Therasage isn't just a water bottle, it's next level hydration. It infuses your water with molecular hydrogen, one of the most powerful antioxidants out there. That means less oxidative stress, more energy, and faster recovery. But here's what makes it stand out. It's the only bottle that also structures your water and adds red light to supercharge it. It's sleek, portable, and honestly, I don't go anywhere without it.
It's pretty exhausting. Gambling is mentally, I would say, it's extremely draining. 300 hours, I would.
Yeah, because it's an emotional experience. Like you're up and down, like, you know.
Yeah, I think if I didn't do so many drugs, the drugs while I do it, because like it just gets very like A, you're hungover, and B, it's just twice as stressful on your body when you're on drugs, and then usually gets out of hand. 2 weeks ago, I was supposed to do a stream. It's like, all right, whatever, $50,000 buy-in, 30-minute stream, quick and easy. Like I was just supposed to get these hours in, and I didn't have to do this, but I ended up depositing $1.8 million over the course of 15 hours and lost all of it. So like once you start ripping drugs, the stimulants, it's like, it's in my opinion impossible to stop until what they did is locked my account. Said your stream is over, stop fucking gambling. All right, well, thank you for stopping me at least.
Did you crash out after that?
No, dude, you know, gambling losses, they never hurt for more than 24 hours in my experience. Is at one time I lost my life savings, and at this point I had no sponsors, so I was like legitimately broke. I just lost everything, and I was crashed out for about 7 days, and then it's like on to the next. But usually you wake up and you just got, because you're used to it. Yeah. You know, gamblers love that shit. As much as they don't want to admit it, gamblers love the self-sabotage. Like there's something awesome. It's like, yes, I just lost so much money. Like it's just like the roller coaster of, if everything was easy, like gambling would not be fun if like you won every time.
Yeah.
It would just be shitty. So you're used to it. You were like, whatever, lost 150 the other night, and then now I'm ready to go back and go to war again.
Where do you think this ends? Like, do you have a goal?
No, I was talking about this the other day. I don't think too far ahead. Like my schedule in life is literally, I can't think ahead more. Well, I mean, you saw how hard it is for me to schedule a podcast. Like it's 30 days max. It's more like, what am I doing on this YouTube video? Get this YouTube video, and then the next thing. I've never thought about like, what am I going to do in 6 months, 12 months, 5 years? I want kids eventually, though.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing, only foresight. Is that what they call that? Foresight?
Yeah, I think that's the right term for that.
Yeah, I want kids. That's about
You want to teach them how to play blackjack?
Yeah, dude, this is also a good point. Dude, gambling should be legal for children because I'm serious. Listen. Gambling is bad because the schools never entertain the idea of how to play blackjack, how to play baccarat. And then when you're an adult and you have adult money, you go in, you have no idea. If you're playing imperfect blackjack, your odds of losing are about 80, 90%. And you go in and you lose the house, the wife, the kids, and then there's a problem. But if they taught you how to gamble when you only had $20, then all of a sudden you can go in and
Ever thought about how much EMF and radiation your body is exposed to every single day? From smartphones to Wi-Fi, modern technology never stops emitting invisible stressors that could disrupt brain function, hormone balance, and cellular health. That's where Aries comes in, the only scientifically validated solution designed to help your body adapt to today's technology. It's trusted by elite athletes, used by the UFC, WWE, Canada Basketball, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's backed by science, 100+ scientists, and 40+ institutions confirm its effectiveness. It's patented, peer-reviewed, clinically proven, and publicly traded Wi-Fi is the most tested, researched, and validated EMF solution on the market. Upgrade your biology to keep up with modern technology. Protect yourself with Aries today. Click the link below to learn more.
That's great, except that was Aries tech.
Understand the odds that you're working with, because a lot of people like live this dream and idea that it's very easy to get super rich gambling, and it's pretty much the hardest thing you can ever get rich from is gambling. But at least if you're informed with this information, it's you're more prepared. And on top of that, incredible social activity. If you're like a socially anxious kid, whatever, it's kind of like playing sports, you know, but not everyone's great at sports. Not everyone's great at whatever the activities they have to offer. Gambling, anybody can be great at hanging out, having fun. It's nothing makes you bond with somebody more than gambling. And I think the most fun I've ever had, like I remember me buying in with my friends, whatever, maybe like 16 years old. We had $20, but we had the most, we lost it obviously, but we had the best time ever. And now like shitty times create strong bonds. And when you lose a ton of money with somebody, it's like, all right, well, we went through that shit together, and now that was lit. So anyways, yeah, I think gambling's great for all ages. So if my kids want to gamble, yeah, we can make that work.
Yeah. I mean, you've met a lot of friends at the tables, so
yeah,
you're
exactly.
speaking the truth there.
Mm-hmm.
You gamble with some cool people I've seen.
Yeah. It's been a blessing. That's like also a lot of people don't see the light in, like it gets such a bad rep, but really if you look at gambling, it's kind of like paying the fee for a really expensive country club. Like I have a $10,000 a night room for free at every casino. They drove me here. They will wait for me until I'm done. And then you go and you get to do nice dinners with everyone else that's gambling. So you're just paying a fee. Like people pay $200,000 a year to be in some shitty country club. It's the same idea, gambling. And gambling's the only country club where they might pay you a few $1 million to be at the country club, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You get comped meals, comp tickets to shows.
Comped everything. Yeah. It's the best.
Yeah. If you play it right, it's you actually don't lose too much, I guess, if you play all the perks and everything.
Yeah. You have to play like, it's hard to play super sharp all the time because it's boring. Like sometimes you just got to double in 8 because like we're having fun here. I'm not here to like try and count cards or make a ton of money. I'm just here to have fun. That's what gambling is to me, is fun.
You like craps?
I never played it. We were supposed to play it last night or 2 nights ago on stream. But then we lost all our money like really fast.
I feel like that's the most fun, craps.
How'd that work? You want 7, right? Or something like that?
You don't want 7. Depending on how you play, 7. It's complicated to explain. But if you're at a good table, the energy just feels fun, you know?
Yeah, well, that's the one that I saw it on the Hangover movie. Everyone's around the table, you like tossing it. It's like, yeah. So I want to get around to some craps, but I just haven't gotten to it.
Yeah, that one's fun.
I'm big on cards. Like I hate roulette.
Roulette's boring.
It's the worst.
And then you got to wait a while to get the number.
Yeah, and also the odds are what depends on where you play. But like De Bellagio, they got 3 zeros on the wheel, so your odds are you could never win if you played for 5 hours. On
hell no, that's a 9% edge for the casino.
Yeah,
yeah, double zero is already terrible odds.
Yeah,
like there's barely any single zero anymore.
Yeah, Red Rock's got a single zero, so that's why Red Rock has some of the best odds.
Yeah, Red Rock's a spot. A lot of good guys go there to gamble.
Well, that's where Caesars and Red Rock have the best odds as far as I have played at. But like the places that are for the people, like Bellagio, Wynn, like for the more like tourists, have it like it's a nicer looking casino. It's more fun there, but you get fucked on gambling pretty consistently.
Were you gambling with the Tates when they were at Red Rock?
No, they don't. They only gamble for 30 minutes. They came in, did like 2 hands, and then left. So.
Damn.
Yeah, I think it was just for the video.
In and out, like Dana White.
Yeah, they also made like 20,000 each. So they were like, yeah, whatever. Boom, I'm happy. We got our video and we're done. But I was talking to Tate after, and he says he doesn't like gambling high stakes because his whole point was he's already rich. So it's like, why would I? The idea of gambling is you have no money and the idea is to get rich, or you run out of money and you still have no money. So he's already rich. There's no reason to fall back.
Shout out to Yay Nuts, today's sponsor. If you're looking for a snack that's bold, crunchy, and packed with flavor, say yay to Yay Nuts, the deliciously addictive nuts that bring the party to your taste buds. From almonds to cashews, every bite is a flavor adventure. No junk, no fillers, just straight up awesome. The next time you're craving a snack, don't just go nuts, Yay Nuts. Available now in stores at yaynuts.com.
Back down the ladder when you've climbed it. Gambling is the easiest way for people to get a shot at making it to the top, and then worst case you lose it and you're back where you started.
Yeah. I mean, you did a road to 10 million series, right? So
yeah.
Do you think if you had 10 million, you would still be gambling?
Yes, but it's because, dude, I swear I'm just super addicted to gambling at the end of the day, and I love what it provides and the experiences. I just love it so much. But I did good on the road to 10 million. I made actually made about $4 million. And then the latter 6 million was just not existent, because it was like, if I fluffed it, it was like, oh, I bought a house in Miami, it'll probably double in a few years. So we just added 2 million. And then I'm dropping a song and I was like, okay, that song will probably net me 3 million. So there's 5 million I just pulled out of my ass out of nowhere. But as far as the actual gambling options, what else we do? Oh yeah, I sold a painting for 150K.
Damn.
Which was hilarious because you guys see a picture of it, dude.
Who was the artist for that? It's a lot of money.
Me.
No.
I painted
Someone actually bought that.
Yes, bro. It's called Modern Slavery. Oh yeah, Modern Slavery right there. So what happened is because I was at an art museum and I was like, this shit is ass. Like I went to an art museum and it was sold out. So they netted probably 6 million, and they were all like shit you could paint in high school. So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to do this on my own. Painted it, auctioned it just on my own website. And the final bid was 203,000. But then like most of the top bidders ended up just trying to fuck with me. And I wasn't going to like really be offended and like try and like poke at them to get to pay for it. So I just went down the ladder. Eventually, 156,000 was the final sale price.
That's insane.
And then the other schemes we did was I traded options, meme coins, and then gambling. And so we made about 4 million. But then it's like, you'd think you'd be happy with 4 million. Then I fuck off, and for 2 weeks, I literally enjoyed $4 million for 2 weeks. And then I lost 1.8 on stream. So it's like, okay, now we have 2 million. And then I lost 200,000 the other night. So I guess I have $2 million now.
Damn. But you made 4 million a month though?
No, it was 60 days. But this is why it's cool, because I talk about this a lot. You have to be very delusionally optimistic about all things, because nobody in their right mind would think you can make $10 million in a month gambling. At the start of it, I truly thought I was going to make, the goal was $25 million in 30 days. And I would put it on everything. If you talk to myself 2 months ago, I was, I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to do it. I don't know why. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Any logical person would say you're fucking stupid and that's not going to happen. Because at the start, my balance in my bank account was 100,000. Mm-hmm. So it was like, how are you going to turn 100,000 into 25 million? I couldn't explain to you why or how I was going to do it. I just knew I was going to do it. And so I tried to do it. And then as I was doing it, I realized that's not possible. It's fucking ridiculous. But as a result, I got a great YouTube video out of it. I had the best 2 months of my life. I made $4 million. I gave away about $400,000, like changed people's lives. So it was probably the best 2 months of my life. But the problem is, if I was a little smarter, like most people who are like a little more intelligent than me, just a tiny bit, they think about it like, that doesn't even, I'm not even going to try. So I would have never fucking tried. And then I would have missed out on the best 2 months of my life.
Damn. That's impressive, man. Yeah, you did take an IQ test. I saw that video.
Yeah, dude, I swear I could score higher. I took that after it was like a really long bad bender. And so I was like really hungover, ton of brain fog, and I scored, I think it was a 79. And everyone, I go with it because it's funny, and everyone's like, oh, he's got a 79. I am not that stupid. I was too hungover.
You don't strike me as a 79.
I don't want to take it again because part of me is scared I'll get lower. And then there's a huge problem. And also, like, what good does it really do to know your IQ? Because then you either think you're all super smart. Like if you score high, then you think you're smart, you're arrogant, I'm too smart. Or you score low and then you're like, I'm useless and idiot. So I'm at this point, I'm just like, and I would also hate to be average, because then it's like, I'm just the same. I would rather be stupid than average.
You're right though.
At least you're different. You know, I don't want to be right. What's average? Like 120?
100, I think. 100. Oh, is it 120? 120 is high.
I have no idea.
No, 120 is high. But you're right. There's no good score. 'Cause
Yeah.
even if you get like a 150 and you're a genius, you're gonna start being a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
And
gonna
then
think you're better than
that doesn't
everyone.
help anybody.
Yeah. And if you're average, you're just gonna be like, shit, I'm average. Like that sucks.
Yeah, so it was a fun bit, but I don't think I need to know any more about.
Did you
my
take a
IQ.
real one, like a 4-hour test? Like it was legit?
No. I took 3 different. They were not like fully not legit. I don't know what goes into IQ. I think also that's a good point. I think IQ is consists of a lot of things, like how fast, like your reaction time. I don't know. I think and like how fast you can run or whatever. But you don't. There's no way you can tell me I took these puzzles and it's like, oh, what shape is coming next? That is not legit. So, but either way, I took 3 20-minute tests and all of them scored under 100. But that's fucking ridiculous. I was too hungover.
How were your grades in school growing up? Were you a good student?
My GPA in college, before I dropped out, was like a 1.7, and then in senior year of high school, I think I got like a 2.1. But I mean, they were good enough. I guess I forget what my average was in high school, but the college I went to, Montana State University, they accept anybody if you have above, I think a 2.
Okay.
So it was the only option I had, and that's why I went there. But good enough grades to get into college, not good enough grades to impress anybody as far as a job goes.
I feel that. What were you trying to do, like major in when you were there?
I was just a fucking idiot. I did finance like every retard. They was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's go do finance. And then as I was getting my finance degree, I was skipping all my classes because I was trying to learn about like how I can make money, this and that. And I ended up making, which I thought I was a genius at the time. But when I graduated high school, my grandparents gave me $10,000, and I took that $10,000 and I, like, you know, the Dunning-Kruger whatever thing, the curve where it's like when you first learn about something, you think you know everything.
Oh, yeah.
So I watched like 4 YouTube videos on Bitcoin. It's like, I got this shit figured out. I take that $10,000, I turned it into $900,000, and I was like, I'm the fucking
No
man.
way.
I'm gonna drop out. So I dropped out, thought it was the coolest motherfucker on the planet. 6 months later, I had $0 and I owed the IRS like $250,000 for taxes. Cause like I didn't know what taxes was at the time at 18 years old.
Mhm.
And B, I didn't know, like I thought me making that money was me being skilled and not being lucky. So I was like, I can go on this vacation, just do it again. I do it again and I lost it all. So that was a great learning experience. But anyway, that's why I ended up dropping out of college. So it was a blessing in disguise that I lost all that money, because at least I got out of college, out of the rat race.
Damn, so you've made and lost your money a few times then.
Yeah, I've been like pretty well off and then dead broke twice now. One was the blowing it on cars, jewelry, and then the leverage trading ended up going back to 0. And then the other time was just like 20-hour stream, played Plinko for 20 hours straight. At the time I had like maybe $300,000 to my name, and then lost all of it on stream and I was dead broke. And then now we're back. This is the 3rd time I've had money, and I'm hoping I don't fuck it up this time.
I don't think it'll happen again, do you?
I would say it probably happened one more time, but it's fine because I'm ready for it and I'm ready for any challenge, because it's almost like there's something about it that I really enjoy. It almost makes me feel alive to lose and gain everything. And I'm also here to have fun. Like, whatever. I spent $500,000 on the jewelry I'm wearing right now. Do I have enough money to have? No, but it's like, I'm having fun. I buy expensive cars, go on expensive vacations, because what the fuck is your money good for when you're 60, 50? Like, as far as security goes, everyone's like, oh, you have kids. After $70,000 a month, you can do everything and anything in the world, in my experience. You have the security for all your health issues. You take care of your kids. And then after $70,000 a month, that money is just fun, free money, whatever. Like if you got a yacht or you drive your dream car and you're looking like Warren Buffett, fuck that. That sounds so shitty to be. You can't even walk right. The bitches, it don't matter because they're old and wrinkly anyways. Or you're 22. I would say my advice to people is, if you got $500 in your bank account, go buy a Burberry t-shirt. They're the best. Like, go spend your money crazy, because it's way easier to make more money than it is to pinch pennies. And memories are priceless. I'll never regret going broke, but I got to go on a crazy vacation with my friends, or did this and that, driving your dream car at a young age. is a very special, spectacular experience. So like take out that loan, buy your dream car. Because do you really think you're never going to make money ever again? You have say 50,000 to your name. Do you want to try and invest it, or maybe just take out a loan, drive a Lamborghini, and then figure it out from there?
Have you found happiness from buying materialistic things?
Just experiences in cars, jewelry now. Like I don't feel any happier from like things like jewelry, but really expensive dinners with my friends, really flying private jets with my friends and going like to really cool destinations, like whatever Dubai, that stuff. Like I said, memories are priceless. And then cars, like, yeah, it's almost an experience in itself. Like, I guess it's really just like, that is, everyone loves attention, whether you want to admit it or not. And the attention you get, especially as a young man, like people love impressing girls and like other young dudes, like everyone, when you have a Lamborghini at a young age, it's the coolest feeling ever. So I would say cars and experiences, totally worth it. Jewelry, not worth it.
I feel that. Yeah, I got some watches and I don't even wear them, man. It's like, why'd I even get this?
Exactly.
You know?
They're not. What kind of watches you got?
I got 6 Rolex. Oh, I shouldn't even say this. I got
6 Rolexes?
I might have to cut that. I'm about to get robbed.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, I got some stuff though, you know.
Cool, dude.
But no happiness. I bought them. It felt good for 5 minutes.
You know, I do love doing is I like I think I've bought maybe like I've probably spent like 300,000 on watches for my friends because it's really, really cool to give a friend a watch, especially if they've never had a Rolex, never had a Patek. It's because getting your first watch is very exciting. It's a
first one hits.
You feel it's very different getting the first one. So I would say that's a good use of money on watches.
Did you learn that from Steve? He used to do that a lot.
100%. Right? I learned it from. I've learned a lot of my stuff from Steve. Steve will do it. People give me shit that he made me rich, and he did. I met Steve, like my brand is my brand, but I didn't know what my brand is worth. Within 30 days of meeting Steve will do it. We got along really well, a really genuine guy. Like we're really good friends now. My income 10x'd once the 30 days after I met Steve. He's like, dude, you got to do this different than XYZ. Like he's really intelligent as far as business and money goes, which a lot of people don't give him the credit for. And then the generosity he's shown, it's the idea that don't be so fucking about your money. It's not money when you don't hold on to it so tightly, it just like falls into your hands. So I have no problem giving away more than what most people would say is responsible, just because it feels incredible. Like the dopamine I get from giving away money is unlike anything else. It's good karma. So you get good luck gambling in the future. And so it's a good ROI on investment if you really think about it that way. And it comes back.
Yeah, he's one of the biggest givers. Him and Mr. Beast, they be giving out.
And they're rich as fuck. Like some of the most wealthy influencers are the ones that are giving away millions.
It's true. Did you see the Steve Will Do It Steiny podcast episode?
No, I saw Steve was drunk yelling at Steiny though.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
You didn't see it though?
No.
Yeah, they had some beef, but it looks like they're cool now.
Yeah, Steve just got Steiny a Richard Mille, so it sounds like
he forgave him for whatever happened.
Yeah.
That's good though. I don't like to see them fighting.
Yeah, no, I think I think both sides I can see why both sides are mad at each other, but they've figured it out.
Yeah.
I think we're taking a jet all together on Sunday. So
hell yeah.
It sounds like.
Well, there's a lot of drama in your world, man. There's always beef going on.
Yeah, I don't like to get too involved. I don't even really like doing collabs. Like podcasts are really even a hard thing for me to go on just because I like doing stuff myself. Like, I guess I do like maybe a podcast every 6 months or something just to, it's like free content for me, right? I don't have to put so much work. I just show up. But for some reason, it's kind of like, I really enjoy it. You know who Sam Sulik is?
Yeah.
He's done one collab in his whole career. And that's like the purest form of creating content, is that you're the content. Like there's creators, I respect Steiny, I respect Neon, and they've done incredible for themselves. But if Neon had no collabs or Steiny didn't have Nelk, their careers would be set back a lot. So to a certain point, you're kind of like a slave to that. Like you need that. Whereas if you can get in a situation where you're like Steve or myself, it's just, my next YouTube video is just me talking at the camera for an hour straight, and it'll get millions and millions of views because people are there for the Togi experience.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. There's certain creators, they don't need a collab. Like Danny Duncan's one of them.
Yeah, no, he's killing it. And a big part of that is knowing how like that you or Danny Duncan, myself, whoever, that you're lightning in a bottle. Like everyone could be a one-man army, super entertaining. A lot of people just don't give them the credit for how entertaining they are. Think about it this way, right? 8 billion people on a planet. You don't think that at least 5 million, the percentage is tiny, at least 5 million will be diehard fans of yours if you're truly authentic to yourself 100%. I mean, dude, how many people watch the WNBA? Maybe 50 million a year, unique viewers. Have you ever watched a fucking WNBA game in your life?
No.
People will watch anything and they'll consume any product. You just have to be yourself and unique.
Yeah. There's a big market for your stuff too with the gambling content. I feel like you guys get the most engagement I've ever seen.
It's hot right now. I think I was born at a lucky time. Like if I was born 20 years ago, I would be super poor. Like I was blessed to be in the age where I can do wanted buys, post videos of me getting drunk on the internet and trade meme coins and make a living off of it. But without that, it would be, it's a scary thought. And I've thought about it a lot. And I like to give myself credit of being like an ambitious, confident young man.
Yeah.
If I did not have the tools that we were blessed with, I'd be in a bad spot.
It is a good time. Yeah. There weren't even pods 20 years ago.
I mean, what do you think you'd be doing if there's like, is you got this podcast, but if you couldn't podcast, and there wasn't the internet or it wasn't hot like this,
I mean, you wouldn't be able to make as
I could
much.
see you like writing a book, but how do you even get a book being popular?
Nah, dude,
back in the
I
day?
failed writing in college. I'd be trash at that. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably try to be an NBA player. Who knows?
Oh, I guess how tall are you? Like,
6'6".
yeah, that's.
But now
fucking-
that's the average height of NBA players. It's
yeah,
not
but
even,
back then you'd be a beast.
back then I'd be Yao Ming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Internet's changed the world. It's made opportunities for guys like us, right?
Yeah, and it's made it. Well, I don't know how much money you make, but
Not as much
we
as you.
probably make as much money as like NBA players now. Well, people look at the superstar contracts. I think the average pay for NBA players is like 400,000.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
And
not-
you say that's it, bro. But to most people, 400,000 is a lot. But the internet money has given regular kids, dudes, the chance and opportunity to go Hollywood. Like you have 11 million followers. You're more famous than like Hollywood actors. And that used to be like the highest echelons.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
A word? Is that
Highest-
appropriate?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But either way, the point being is that we've been blessed with the opportunities. And,
Yeah.
and that's a good point for the viewers is that you can absolutely perform at a level higher than doctors just by using it. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to go on social media, but internet money allows anybody, no matter how, I guess on paper, I'm 79. I think I'm higher, but on paper, I'm 79. I'm no different than you. I'm like the most regular college kid ever. And I'm performing at a pretty high level in comparison, like more than doctors or whatever. So anyone can do it.
I remember when I was a kid growing up, if you wanted to become a doctor, that was like the peak.
Yeah, bro.
That was
that's
like you're like goated if you're a doctor.
Well, and my grandpa, he is like super Chinese. Like,
Oh, yeah?
barely speaks English. Like classic strict. Oh, go to school, be a doctor. So he wanted me to get my PhD. Was really on my ass, especially when I dropped out. Like, you got to go back, get your PhD. And then 8 months ago, I told him how much money I was making. And he's like, oh, dude, fuck that. All our grandchildren should drop out. Because the doctor is like, well, you're making more than a doctor. Like in sometimes days, you make doctor's salary. So I think the culture is definitely shifting.
Yeah, my mom was Chinese too. She was tough on me for academics.
You're Chinese?
Yeah, half Chinese.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
The
I didn't know
curly
you were.
hair threw me off.
I'm
and
half,
also
half
the
Irish.
tallness of
That's
you.
not Chinese at all. Yeah.
Is your dad super tall or what?
Yeah, my dad was 6'6". He's full Irish.
Oh, okay,
So half
cool.
white, half Chinese. Have you been to China?
Yeah, I visited my grandparents' like home village, and I do not like China. Like I respect it, and I know I'm supposed to be ops with Japan. I guess I don't know the history behind it, but South Park makes it seem as if we got beef. But Japan's way sicker. Like China is kind of dirty, and like it's not as people are not quite as pleasant in China as they are Japan, and I hate Chinese food.
Really?
I'm not into dog. It's yeah. They eat weird shit out there, dude.
They do.
The culture is cool though. Like I can respect it from afar.
Yeah. I like Japanese food more though. It's not even close.
Yeah, 100%.
Like sushi and curry or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, that shit slaps.
Curry is. I thought that was Indian.
There's multiple types.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Japanese curry is lighter. Indian curry is heavy, man.
I've only had the Indian shit. I like Indian curry.
What happened with Myron? You said you had some beef with Myron from Fresh and Fit.
Yeah, bro. When I wasn't popping, like small creator, a few 100,000 followers, I DM'd them. Can I go on a podcast? Because I was really red pilled at the time. I thought that shit was sick. I think it's gay as fuck now. I think it's the gayest shit ever. I think the red pill guys are like full scumbags of the internet, taking advantage of insecure men to buy your course. And it's equivalent of selling a course on teaching people how to make money. Like, give me money in exchange for, in my opinion, a useless service. But either way, I DM Myron and their podcast and I was like, can I go on? They're like, oh yeah, we got this segment for you. And I was trying to figure out my scheduling. I didn't respond for like 3 days. And I don't know exactly why they blocked me. Everybody blocks me at the exact same time. And I think it's because they thought they were hot shit. Took too long to whatever respond. And then I start popping again. And since they already blocked me or whatever, I was at the gym and like one of their like representatives like comes up to me in Miami and he's like, hey, I'm with Fresh and Fit. Like, we love your stuff. Do you want to come on? It's like, oh, now that I'm popping, you want to have me on your fucking podcast, even though you thought you were too good for me back when I was a little bit smaller. And then I think I tweeted something about it. Myron made a whole YouTube video or something. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he is just talking about how I'm a retard. Just like, all right, dude, I'm sorry that I'm not so smart, which won't be. I am not arguing that I'm very smart at all. I'm just trying to have fun, live my life. And he's got this whole like, he likes to try and use me as a bad example. And then I skipped halfway through the video and he was all of a sudden talking about how his course or whatever, how he's trying to teach young men to like, young famous guys don't get it, the struggle of whatever. And I was like, dude, I wasn't famous a year ago and I was still 21. Like, he's trying to make it seem like I can't relate to the average man because I have it now. And I don't know. I don't care for them.
Would you ever launch a course?
No, I would never launch a course, even though I do think I have really valuable information. Specifically, I am 100% sure I can make any person go viral in 6 months.
Damn.
Dude, I used to, and I'll stand on that business like 100% of the time. No one put in, like, people don't put in hours like I have. And I can say that confidently because I used to be, once I found out that no one was going to save me but me, I was literally skipping, like there'd be a party at my frat and I'd be in the basement watching Jake Paul videos, taking notes, not because I like Jake Paul, but because I wanted to figure out, why is Bryce Hall so viral? Why is Jake Paul so viral? What's different about these guys? And I fully cracked the algorithm. It's the same as a Rubik's Cube. It's very complicated when you're looking at it. You're looking at a Rubik's Cube and like, this is impossible. But then you look at the fucking retard next to you and he's like solving it super fast. It's like, that analogy made me realize that it cannot be that hard. Like, if some people have and I have not, and these people are not very intelligent, like, you can think of a billion influencers and it's like, you're a fucking idiot, but he has and I have not. There's no reason that either I am chronically incapable and less lucky than every influencer ever, or I've not tried hard enough. So I spent a ton of time trying to crack the algorithm. Now I am 100% sure I could make every TikTok go viral, every person. If I had 4 hours to evaluate them and talk to them and go through everything, they could be viral.
Damn, you got the formula.
I think.
What was the first video for you that popped off? You remember it?
Yeah, it was me making, so I used to do, I'll show you an example. I used to do videos of me taking steroids on the internet because they were hot. So I actually took steroids in the pursuit of being famous. So it's like this kind of thing, like me working out and then me taking steroids.
That's you?
Yeah. And then, so this is what a lot of people don't know this part about me because this is when I first went viral. I mean, look at the views on these videos, like everything.
Damn, 5
viral.
mil?
Every time, like no TikTok I ever posted did less than 5 mil because
holy crap.
I wanted something at the time that people had a large audience of supporters, something with shock value, and a large audience of haters. And it was the perfect formula for going viral every time. So that the first time I went viral was one of the gear edits. And then because I started off as a fitness influencer. That was my whole thing. I was like the devil of the fitness community because I would talk about how awesome steroids are all the time. The steroids are awesome in my opinion, but I was definitely like glorifying it.
Yeah.
For the shock value, and people would be making people that were popping in the fitness industry No one ever talked about how steroids were cool before, except for Rich Piana, but he passed away. But so he's pre-TikTok. No one in the TikTok era talked about how cool steroids are, and I got a lot of people that were more famous than me angry. Like I had 50,000 followers, but I would have people with 1 million followers making fun of me, making videos about me, because that's the first time usually people, if you have less clout than them, they don't bat an eye, but they were genuinely angry about it. So they're making videos, and it took what? I think I did. Had my first 1 million followers in maybe like 3 months after the gear edits, because it was just the perfect storm for the algorithm. But I've stopped doing that. I don't even, like I said, I work out 3 times a month now, and I've detached. That's my core is fitness, but I'm not so into being like, it's not super healthy to be 230 for my build at least. So yeah, I'm a skinnier guy, but it's not good for your heart to pump blood. Well, your heart can't, especially like you go from 170 to 250, 230, whatever. Then in 6 months, your heart doesn't grow like that.
You put on 80 pounds in 6 months?
It was closer to maybe 9 months.
That's still crazy though.
There was a lot of steroids he's taking. Like you couldn't do that otherwise. Like a ton of, like I took as many steroids as like Chris Bumstead, the best bodybuilders in the world. And that's why I got a lot of hate too, because I'd tell people exactly what steroids I was doing. And they'd be like, dude, you're taking as much as open body. Like these guys are 300 pounds jacked. And I was like, yeah, sounds like fun though. So that's how I was able to make such crazy progress.
Did you feel any burnout or side effects from that?
Externally, no. Internally, like if you look at my blood work at the time, it was like blood pressure through the roof, liver not functioning how it's supposed to, kidneys out.
Well, you were drinking too though, right?
Drinking and doing a lot of drugs. Like the hard drugs is the biggest problem when you're taking so many pills. Your kidneys can't process your thick blood, your heart going 1,000,000 miles an hour from stimulants. Like that was horrible for my life. I don't even take steroids anymore. I'm fully moved away from that journey because I thought I was invincible. And then, I don't know if you saw, but I overdosed, had to go to the hospital, and then I thought I was going to die.
Shit.
So that was when I like woke
off
up.
Off steroids?
No, at the time I took 1.5 grams of Adderall, and I was doing cocaine and Xanax that night. And then and somewhere in that mix, there was meth in my blood work. God. So I wasn't doing meth on purpose, but somewhere it was just all too much. And so I thought I was going to die that night. And that's when I realized I wasn't invincible. And so now I've since like
toned it back
90%.
Well, the formula worked. You're still viral. It reminds me of Steve because he came on the scene just pounding alcohol. And everyone was like, what the fuck is this? Like everyone was hating on him. You're going to kill yourself. And now he's just viral still.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people loved it because it's like, whoa, that's awesome. He's funny. He's entertaining. And a lot of people hated it. Most viral man on the internet for years. Yeah. So like even though people seem like idiots, there's a lot of method behind the madness of going viral. A lot of people think about it more than you think. That's why a lot of people think it's luck.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's viral, this and that. A lot of people are really conscious of exactly what they're doing.
It's not luck to maintain it. I think some people like Hawk Tuah Girl can get lucky initially, but if you want to maintain it, there's some skill there.
Well, I talk about the Hawk Tuah Girl a lot because a lot of people get jealous of her. But you shouldn't be looking at what others have because you never know. If you're successful on borrowed effort, you haven't prepared yourself for you haven't gone through the trials to be ready for like the real fame, the real whatever success. Like I thought I was the shit when I made 900K as 18. That was borrowed effort. That was luck. I didn't put in the sweat equity to deserve what I had, and the universe took it away from me because I wasn't deserving of it. So Hawk Tuah, everyone for 2 months thinks she's the coolest ever. Not the coolest necessarily, but why does she have that and I don't? She didn't deserve that. She just said spit on a thing, whatever. And then 3 months later, she does a cryptocurrency scam. I highly doubt it was her fault. I don't think she knew what the fuck was going on. Yeah, I think the people just took advantage of her. But that's exactly the problem. She didn't have the proper management because it was too fast. She wasn't ready. She wasn't educated on what was going on. And then the universe took it down. And now everyone thought she was the luckiest. And now nobody would ever trade their life for Hawk Tuah's. So I tell people, if your life is shitty now, that's amazing because your trials are preparing you for the success that you will see. If you're showing up every day, even though your life is shitty, you're still, you know where you're headed. And when you are successful, it will be real success. It won't be huck to a success.
Agreed. Yeah, that overnight success is dangerous, man.
And it's shitty because she didn't ask for it. Like a lot of people hate on her. I feel bad for her because she didn't ask for it. She was viral and now she's got this huge storm shit. So I'm rooting for her. And she just went through a ton of bullshit, and that's a trial preparing her for her success. So one day she's going to be back with real success, whether people like it or not. And I'm excited to see what she does with it.
Agreed. Has the success ever gotten to your head recently? Like you just went crazy from it?
No, I sometimes I come off like mildly egotistical. I try not to, but the thing is I always was very confident in where I was going and what I'm doing. I just couldn't speak on it because, like I was talking about earlier, I can make anyone go viral. A lot of people are going to see that and like, fuck this kid, he's just ego huge, whatever. But I always felt that way, especially because I knew the work I was putting in, and I knew that it can't be that hard. I'm putting in the work. It has to work. It's going to work. But I didn't speak on it because the proof of concept wasn't there. Like how am I going to go on the internet? I'm going to be so fucking famous. I got 20,000 followers. But now that I have the attention that I had manifested for myself, it feels like I'm more willing to talk about it openly.
Yeah. And now with the Clippers these days, you can make anyone go viral if you got the right team.
Oh my God, dude. I saw a guy on your podcast probably an unpleasant amount of time talking about how he put meat and honey on his fucking arm. And I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. But I saw that video 90 times. Was he famous before that?
No.
Wasn't famous. He just did more video views than I did last month. And he's not famous at all just because the Clippers, they go insane.
They go hard, man.
And that's, it's kind of Andrew Tate really put that on the map.
When he came on, I told him that.
Copied his method, and now every fitness influencer DMs my Clippers like, hey, will you clip for me? Clip for me? Like, it's the method. I put out today, I did 90 posts.
Damn.
And I just woke up. It's so much more for your effort. And I come on this podcast, we'll probably do like whatever, 50 million views to 50, 100 million views. And it just took a few hours. It's great.
Crazy, right? Yeah, I'm gonna probably run 50 million views to this. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Discord going. We got 800 Clippers in there, dude. It's nuts.
Oh, you have 800 Clippers?
800.
Oh, dude, I just got 20 Indians. I'll take over the world. I swear.
Really?
My 20 Indians.
Oh, so you have a different method. So I pay mine per million views.
Yeah, so my Clippers, I don't even want to put the world on this game too hard because it's like almost I'm so proud of it that
you're probably spending way less than me then.
I treat them like business partners because that's what they are to me, and they're very important to my brand. So I pay them much more than the average Clipper. But the method that a lot of people just try and find generic Clippers because they don't really know exactly, like just whatever. Anyone want to clip for me? I DM a bunch of random clipping accounts. But what I decided to do is I want fans to clip for me. I want kids that are people that are super, they're going to enjoy clipping for me. They're already loyal to me. And if somebody's clipping as a job, it's like harder work for them. But if they're clipping for fun and they already love my shit, they just watching my content and they have a similar sense of humor as me. So I found 20 people that already were like really big fans of what I'm doing and my content. And then I reached out to them and was like, oh, like we can do this clipping thing. And it kind of was a learning curve of I have to, because some of them didn't have the original skill set. So that's the battle you're going against.
Right.
It's instead of you're getting
investment.
skilled clippers if you go whatever the route of hiring already professionals. But I mean, one kid I had, he was a fan. He had 80 followers. Since hiring him, he's done, I think, 600 million views.
Damn.
So it doesn't you can learn. And now these people, we're a team rather than me being their boss. So it's a much more fluid clipping experience.
That's cool. Yeah. These days when you're a streamer, you almost need a clipping team to make it.
Oh, 100%. Especially with the streams, because even when I'm going through my video, like if I'm trying to find clips and edit, I can't watch myself gamble for 20 hours. I'll sit there for 4 hours straight and not say a word. I'm just like clicking Plinko balls. So it's just, you need clippers.
So you used to do your own edits, huh?
Yeah, I used to do everything. Until the Clippers, I would do 100% of my content myself. But it's just so much harder to get I don't even post clips on my account because it's just anymore. I used to, but it's so, like I said, 90 posts today. Whereas if I was doing it on my own, every time I post, it probably takes like 3 hours to make it because I'm not the most experienced. I'm like weirdly picky about how it gets edited. So that was, and I still edit all my movies myself, which takes like the last one took 200 hours to edit, so, which I should fix. But
dude, your videos are long. I was gonna say you might have the longest videos on YouTube for like a big creator.
yeah, I just like it because it's different.
Yeah, they're like 2 hours on average, right?
Yeah, the last one was 6 hours, so I had to split it up. And
Holy crap.
like Road to 10 million was I think like 200 hours of raw footage, and then I had to chop it down and ended up being like 6 hours. So.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, I just like, I think it's cool having like a more of like a movie instead of a short. It's easier to get the full picture and the full story in one movie rather than tiny episodes of my life.
You also build a tighter bond with your audience.
That's what I'm thinking. Dude, if somebody will watch me for 2 hours straight, they're a fan. Like they're genuinely like me, whereas it's a lot easier to get like TikTok people aren't even real in my opinion. You could have 10 million followers on TikTok and not be able to sell 1,000 units of
you won't get
whatever
recognized
product.
on the street with 10 million.
Yeah,
TikTok.
not at all. It's very, TikTok people are not real at all. Whereas YouTube, I get recognized all like a ton because these people are like genuine fans, a fan enough where they'll make a purchase or they'll come up and say hi to me. So that's the biggest thing. Like a lot of people ask about going viral. You need to put out, a lot of people are afraid of talking on the camera. You have to talk and you have to put out content that's you. A lot of people try and be the next Togi, try and be the next Andrew Tate. So they say content like that. You'll never be better at Andrew Tate than Andrew Tate. You'll never be better at Togi than Togi. And no one will be better at you than you. So the best way to make money is be 100% authentic to yourself. Talk to the camera. Don't worry about what anyone has to think, because at the end of the day, they're not going to get the last laugh. I tell a lot of people that I'm giving advice to, like, how do you get over being so self-conscious? I see like all my high school friends are going to make fun of me. All my college friends, they think I'm a fucking dork for trying to be famous or whatever. They laugh now, but they never get the last laugh. Everyone used to make fun of me, and now everybody is texting me wanting something from me. All my old friends in the frat, I used to get a ton of shit from it. I was like the laughing stock of the fraternity. But now I'm laughing, driving home in my Lamborghini, and they want a job for me, right?
I love it. So you were a big frat bro, huh?
Yeah, I was in a frat. I did the whole thing. I was the most regular frat dude ever. And I still am. Like at heart, I'm a frat bro. I love that shit. I love the fraternity culture. I think it's so much fun. You create such a great bond with the people. So I'm actually going back out there right after this. In about a few days, I'm going to my old frat and we're going to party.
You gonna film it like Nick Nair Senior does with his frat parties?
No, that's his game. I don't like
Copying people.
Not necessarily copying people, but I just don't enjoy filming when I'm partying and out. Sometimes I do it because it's good content, but like it's kind of the only time I get a breath of fresh air because there's cameras in my face so much that one of my best friends is graduating this weekend. It's like, how about we just don't bring the cameras and we have a good weekend?
I love that. Yeah, because you're filming all friggin' day.
It's 24/7. It's well, not 24/7, but it's I'm filming more often than I'm not filming, and it's really nice to be able to just like get shit faced without having to feel like I'm working still.
Yeah. Where's your favorite spot out here to hit the club at or party?
Oh, I don't go out here. I just gamble.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm partying, I'm in either LA or Bozeman or Boulder, where I have my college friends.
LA just got voted the worst nightlife in
oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not very good out there. I prefer the dream is like, oh, I want to go to Miami and go to live and drop 15 on a table. That shit sucks. Going to a frat party or like a house party or a regular like local bar, I have so much more fun. You can have conversations with people and you get to fuck around. Whereas if you're at an expensive club, it's just like music's really loud and everyone's dancing and the lights are really dark. You can't really talk to people. And then it's just like the most exciting part is getting the bottle. Like it's a cool experience, but it's not genuine fun to me.
I'm with you. I prefer house party over club all day.
Well, because I like talking to people.
Yeah.
I don't want to dance. I want to talk. So I guess that's where we differ from other people. Is a lot of people like just not saying anything and just like dancing all night long.
They're trying to dance and get laid or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just trying to have a conversation, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Different strokes for different folks. Well, what's next for you out here, man? Are you gambling tonight?
Yeah, tonight. Do you know who TJR Trades is?
I do.
I didn't make him lose money, but we gambled for the first time. He's never gambled before really in a casino, and we lost some money. So we're going to try and win it back tonight. And then tomorrow night, Gambling Steve will do it. And then hopefully I don't know. I would like to make if I make 100,000 this trip, it would be great. So I just need to net 300,000 over the next 2 nights, and then I'm out of here.
Do you prefer the in-person gambling or the online?
Online is more fun, more stimulating, but only if you're with friends. Like, because sometimes I'll be on stream and I'm alone, hour 18 of gambling, and it's very depressing. Like, that's some of the most depressing things that you can do is spinning wanted buys on day 3 of a bender by yourself in your room. That sucks. When you're with friends, it's a very exciting experience. So that's online is the best. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rare answer.
The slots are better odds online because the competition's a lot tighter and they don't have as much overhead. So you just use one provider and the RTP is like up to 97.5%. Whereas in Vegas, I don't know the exact RTP, but I guarantee
it's nowhere close to that.
Nowhere close.
Not even. Yeah. It's probably like 93.
Yeah. Which to people that don't gamble, 93% RTP is like you're losing every time. It's horrible.
Damn, 97.5 on slots. That's
like the best of the best. Our average would be like 97. And it goes down. Lowest I've ever seen is 96.
Have you ever made money on slots in person?
Last time I was here, I actually made 30K on Huff and More Puff.
No way.
But that was on some that doesn't normally happen.
There's some like autistic people that figured out like what machines to play. Have you heard of this?
Oh, I forget what it's like jackpot maxing or something. Like when a slot has not paid long enough on the jackpot because of the progressive jackpots, then all of a sudden you have technically a positive RTP as far as bet to jackpot. But I don't understand how they know how to calculate the RTP if we have no idea what the odds of like said jackpot is. Like online slots, you just look it up. What are the odds of the jackpot? And you can find your exact RTP to jackpot. Whereas Vegas, I don't know if you can find that out. I've never hunted it down too hard because I just assume it's impossible to find. But it sounds like if you have a big enough bankroll, you can be a profitable slot player, and you have to be like really autistic to really crunch those.
Yeah, you got to be obsessed with it. Are you banned from any casinos out here?
No, I'm not sharp. I'm welcome with open arms. I'm usually asking the dealer what I do on most plays. I've never counted cards. I don't even know how to count cards because I'm here to have fun, dude. The only reason they wouldn't like me is because I get really drunk and I start yelling, not in a bad way, like in excitement, or I'm just loud and whatever. So that's like sometimes annoying, but one of the least sharp. I tip well, not sharp. I and have a ton of money. Ideal customer actually for casinos.
You're their dream customer.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they treat me so good.
Have you gambled with Mickey Mace yet?
No. I haven't.
What do you think that would end up in?
We're both I don't know. I would see us winning money.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never know with him. I hear mixed things, but he's cool.
Yeah.
He's been on the show a few times.
Oh yeah?
Heard some crazy stories.
Yeah, but he's a good storyteller. He talks about business, blackjack, baccarat. His skill is telling stories. He's an
100%.
incredible storyteller. I want to practice that. But a big problem I have run into is he's pretty sober these days. Somebody asked me on a podcast yesterday to describe what my biggest win ever felt like, but I didn't remember it because I was so inebriated that I didn't even know it happened until I watched the footage back. So I'm horrible at selling tours mostly because I don't remember a lot of things I do, which is why I stopped taking Xanax, is because a lot of the coolest shit I did over the last year, it's like, I saw it. I never lived it.
Xanax is a memory wiper. I used to take it too.
Yeah, it benefited my career in a sense that I could do like really crazy shit and be like, what is wrong with this kid? But in a sense of my well-being and just overall happiness, it's been the biggest setback. So I've cut that out entirely.
It destroys your emotions too.
Yeah.
Like 100%. That must have fucked up your dating life and personal friendships too, right?
I guess I made it out with my friends. Like Liv's still here. I still got my core like 7 friends, but it's a horrible, horrible drug.
Yeah, fuck that one. That's the one I never recommend people to get on Xanax.
There's a lot of drugs that I do that I don't necessarily recommend that I do a lot and enjoy, but like really like ketamine, Percocet are also horrible. Like most drugs have as much fallout as they say. Like a lot of people are like, oh, that couldn't be me. It's not as bad as you can't imagine. But like the only one that I found has a genuine positive ROI are stimulants, but then I don't yet know the effect it's had on my heart. I'm getting an MRI soon on my heart to see exactly what it looks like. It's just because I'm curious and I want to like work towards being a healthier person. But every drug I've ever taken, positive ROI, I would say cocaine and alcohol. Everything else is kind of
negative. What about mushrooms?
I don't get, everyone's like, it gives me a spiritual awakening and like they're natural and it makes you smarter or whatever, like reconnects shit in your brain. I just get high as shit. And then the next day, like it's the same as acid for me. I'm just tripping balls and then I wake up the next day. And when I was doing a lot of acid, I'm very anti-psychedelic because when I was doing a lot of acid, I thought I had the third eye. I thought I was so smart. I thought I was better than everyone. I'm awakened. I know the keys to the universe. I was a crazy person. And you look at any person, you logically look at any person that does a lot of psychedelics, they're crazy people. None of this is reality. That doesn't even make fucking sense. I guess as long as they're happy, they're happy. But I think psychedelics are the worst drug as far as being successful in the real world. And your little imaginary dream world of mushrooms and acid, maybe you're having fun and happy, but your magic dream world isn't retiring your mother and isn't paying the bills. So I would say weed, acid, mushrooms, like I would never recommend. It seems like a lot of successful people recommend mushrooms. So clearly my opinion might be wrong on the mushrooms.
Well, they recommend microdosing it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's a difference. Like you're talking about full trips. Yeah, I've seen acid fuck people up for life.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even kidding.
Yeah,
like they're never the same.
I feel, this is interesting. Acid is meant for children. And this is a very genuine thought that I have. Adults taking acid, it doesn't interact with your brain the same as it does. Did you ever take acid as like a kid? Like
teenager,
14, 15 years old?
It was like 18, 19.
I would say the ages 14 to 17, there's something very special where acid interacts with the brain very positively. But as an adult, it just is a negative, I would say a negative ROI. But as a kid, obviously I'm not going to tell my kid to do acid, but I think it's a genuinely beneficial experience as a kid, just how it interacts with the youthful brain. But as an adult, it's just unproductive.
Well, I just feel like at those ages, there's no stress. So like I could smoke weed every day at those ages and not have a panic attack. If I smoke weed right now, I'm collapsing on the floor. Like,
and then it's, oh my God, weed makes me so paranoid. And then you have so much shit you got to do, but you can't think straight to do it. It makes you lazy. It makes you happy not doing anything. And then the next day you're like, I just jacked off 4 times, watched Rick and Morty and ate like 10,000 calories. So weed, I think it's deceivingly enjoyable because you can take it every day and still do just enough to get by. And a lot of people think it makes you more creative. But that's just because they're not willing to do nothing. Like in order to spark creativity, you need to spend time with your thoughts and you need to just like stare at, I've been looking at this thing a lot and it's very like, you just need to stare and let yourself think. A lot of people wouldn't be willing to stare at that rock for 5 minutes unless they're baked as shit. So it forces them into a state of meditation. So they think they're being more creative, but really what's happening is you're being forced into a subpar state of meditation, which is a higher level of thinking than no meditation. But the best meditation is obviously sober thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, anything else you want to close off with? That was fun.
Let me think. No, dude, thank you so much for having me on. That was incredible. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, check him out, guys. We'll link his stuff below. See you next time.